Hello again, Internet. Once again, it is Dave with Clarksville Guns and Archery. Today I'm joined with a friend and coworker of mine, Sam. Sam, say hi to the audience.
Hi, everyone.
Today we're going to do another video. We get a lot of people coming to us asking about how they set up different firearms. The most prevalent one being, of course, the AR-15. What do I want to do with mine? What can I do with it? So we thought, let's just lay it out and talk about what we would do and ask what you out there on the Internet would do as well. So to kind of kick it off, we got a few things in front of us here that's going to show what we would pick to put on it, some basic things. Sam, go ahead and take over and start talking.
Yeah, so this is a very basic AR-15. This one is been licensed, so it comes with some furniture, nicer trigger. Still very affordable compared to what's on the market. For me, I guess I would start with these four things in no particular order: a light, an optic, a sling, and then some kind of pulling the board into my body, whether that's vertical, angled, or your choice.
Or some of you may not even want anything. I mean, that's completely up to you as well. One of the things that we always bring up too is there's different styles of uppers out there. Some of you might see more of a bare bones upper that doesn't have any iron sights on it. They might set things up a little bit differently that way. This particular one we kind of talked about for most people, not everybody, but for most people, especially a first time AR owner, we kind of suggest having iron sights on there to some capacity. So this makes sense to us a lot for your newer people out there. Of course, you can always change it out later as you like. But this way, I don't have to buy sights because, oh, look, I have iron sights already. Let's say I'm on a tight budget. I can just afford my rifle. I can go out and shoot this now without having to buy anything. No glass, no red dots, nothing. I can just go shoot it, have fun with it, find out what I like and I don't like. But let's say I have a little bit of money. Sam, what's the first thing you would do?
So a red dot for some people is going to be a huge assist, so this would just mount right here. What I do like about something with iron sights is when you mount this on here, usually iron sights from the factory are at least centered. Not zero, but at least they're centered. Dot may be centered as well, so you can kind of line them up with each other, go out and zero, make zeroing it a little easier. If I wasn't going to go with an optic first, light would be a good option. This one's a nightstick, but whether Surefire, Streamlight, O-Light, whatever company you like, I happen to be running an Enforce on mine. You can mount with a Picatinny rail somewhere like here. Comes with a pressure pad thing where you can just mount it over here and use the button. But being able to see what I'm shooting at is important to me, especially with not seeing very well at all.
Sure. One of the things that comes up a lot too is if you're going to be inside the house or outside, seeing your target's important. I mean, you got to be able to see what you're shooting at, whether it be paper or a threat. If I didn't go with the dot first, what I usually tell people, this is my experience, if I'm running just irons, I actually pick a light first for the simple fact that if I'm illuminating something, I have my light up on top, I'm hitting it, my sight's going to wash out. I'm going to see black dot, black hole anyway, so now I can still at least see what I'm shooting at and have a better sight picture. If you've ever shot iron sights at a white target, it's kind of the same concept. But that would be my pick first. Of course, red dots are awesome because it gives you a faster sight acquisition. For those of you out there that are new to this, understand a red dot doesn't necessarily make you a better shooter. It makes you a faster shooter. What's the next thing you would do?
So a sling, preferably one like this Blue Force bigger sling where you pull on here. That way I can never loosen it as I go. A sling to me is going to be a lot like having a holster for a pistol. If you're carrying one, you got to have a rifle on. Obviously, if you're just shooting at the range, you can just hold the rifle stable, but need this for any reason, you may need it slung up on you. Don't really bother with the QD points, things like that. Most rifles will come with some way of hooking your through there. You can feed this through the sling swivel on the front, where you can just mount one onto the handguard. Otherwise, there's QDs, HK hooks, things that you can also add to it.
Right. And slings do multiple things. Yes, you can carry it with you. Yes, I can have it around my body so it doesn't fall. Another thing people talk about is kind of an older style. You can actually take it and wrap it around your arm, and you kind of create a counterweight to it and actually makes it steady. So if you didn't have a bipod or a way to like mount your rifle on something, I could kind of do that to where I wrap it around my forearm and I can hold it, and it kind of gives me a little more leeway on keeping that rifle steady. So it is important even if you're not just carrying the firearm around. As far as a foregrip of some kind. A lot of people go back and forth with this. I'm one of these people. I don't think you necessarily need one, but most of my rifles have something like this on them, for various reasons. Sam, what do you think? Do you think I would definitely put this on? Or?
So It's all going to be personal preference, but I think we get a lot of benefits out of something like this. I use the BCM one on my rifles. I like to mount it somewhere up here. That way, index points right here. Every time I grab the rifle, we grab action. If for whatever reason on some other platform, it's very hot at top, you can always switch to the broomstick grip. Holding this more. And that's not a way a lot of people are shooting anymore, but the benefit it gets really hot. Push it into a barrier, or just little things like I think it's helpful.
Sure. And that's something I always bring up too. When you talk about your foregrips, no matter what you go with, a lot of it's going to depend on your shooting style, how you hold the firearm, what you think you're going to do. If you're bracing up against something like a door, sometimes a longer grip is a bad idea. But some of you have larger hands and you might like that. Some of you like the beer grip hand. Remember, there's no a right or wrong answer to this. Essentially, it's just what works best for you. Pretty much everything we talked about is your basic, what I would put on this rifle. Pretty much most people that come in might agree with that.
The only thing I would add to it is before we buying most of this stuff, buy magazines and ammo. You're going to need to be able to shoot it. And even just with iron sight, with none of these accessories, you can still get out there and practice with it.
Yeah, I was a big proponent of buy your rifle, enjoy your rifle, appreciate what you like and don't like, things you might want to change, but shoot it first. Mags and ammo, they're consumable. I mean, they only last a finite number of times. You're always going to find lights. You're always going to find foregrips. Red dots are probably here to stay. Slings are always going to be around. You can always do this as you need over time. You don't have to buy it all at once. The only thing I might add is some of you, there's one other thing we don't have out, and that's an LVPO, low power variable optic. That is something else some people do put on their rifles. As a civilian side of things, unless you just like shooting distance, that's an up to you thing. I have one on mine, but I also run some rifles with red dots as well. I'm one of these people that I like either or. Sam, what's your take on that?
I like them both for different reasons. I will add that if you have something with iron sights, sometimes putting on an LPVO or something with magnification won't see that front sight, depending on how magnified it is. Around 3 or 4 times, you'll start to see over this and kind of make this go away in your sight picture. The thing is, if I have different situations for having the AR, if this is civilian preparedness and you're not going to be using all that much, I think a red dot is the option. If you are using this as like a farm defense, coyotes, vermin, things like I think an LPVO or even a thermal optic, depending on your state laws and things, would be a better option. So.
Sure. So that's essentially it for today's video. Guys, if you like this content, subscribe, like us. Go in the comment section, because comment sections, like some people might say, they kind of get kind of wild and they get kind of fun. So we'd like to hear what you say. Maybe we're wrong. We like to hear that too. So leave a comment, guys. Like and subscribe. See you next time.